So we're back here on this 2021 Toyota Venza that had the line explode out, even though the clip was put back in. But from the last video, you've seen that the installer put the clip back in backwards. So he pushed it in, he thought it was in, but after recharging, the line blew out and released all the refrigerant and a little bit of refrigerant oil. And so now we're recharged. We're back up and filling. The clip is in the right direction correctly. So even though you get a new condenser, a new clip, and new O-rings, doesn't mean the technician is going to install the clip in the right direction. That was a little costly. So that was 550 grams of YF refrigerant that just Mother Nature recycled. As we can see, we're getting down to 33 degrees down here at our duct to dash temperature. We can hear the fan cycle in and out. We can sometimes hear, it's not a clutch, but it's an electric compressor. And sometimes you could hear, now let's see if we could get a sound, because customers and technicians don't always know what all compressors sound like. And you know what I need to do is I need to get a remote mic. I have one, I just don't always put it on because it's kind of a hassle hooking up. Put it into my phone jack and actually mount the microphone right onto a compressor tape and start doing more compressor sound video recordings so technicians and customers can actually hear what normal compressors sound like. And if I could get closer to this, I'm looking for access. There's the compressor right there. Now my phone is touching the case of the condenser, so you can hear the fan come on. You can hear the vibration of the case. My phone, right by the microphone, is touching the compressor case. You hear that click? That's the engagement of the electric motor coming on. And under these operating conditions right now, the compressor is actually cycling. You would never be able to do a superheat or subcooling proper method because it's cycling. There's no steady state. You cannot perform, you know, when the aftermarket condenser manufacturers, you might have a guy because he read a piece of paper. He's one of those idiots who are just a book couch engineer. He's actually a nothing, but he just spews diarrhea out of the mouth and he says, oh yeah, you get our aftermarket condensers and yeah, we know there's less tubes and less fins. Oh, you just adjust the charge by letting it lower and you use superheat and subcooling. Yeah, that's information from HVAC, from commercial or residential. And that was information from back in the days when you had fixed compressor and you have a fixed fan speed, you have a fixed internal fan speed, and you have a high heat load. You can do such a thing. On variable, you cannot. And so never let an aftermarket condenser manufacturer, some sales rep piece of crap, tell you to set superheat or subcooling for their aftermarket condenser when they know for a fact they have fewer cooling fins per inch and fewer cooling tubes to adjust the refrigerant charge amount, because unless you're in the ideal conditions, in the perfect condition with a fixed compressor, you're not going to get it right. So just shit can that piece of shit aftermarket condenser and get the OEM and tell the marketing or salesman from the aftermarket piece of shit to go shove that condenser up his ass. So here we go, we're operating normal. Look at that high side pressure. That's it, buddy. 84 degrees or 84 psi, 86 psi. That is normal under these operating conditions, and that's all you're going to see. And as you can hear, it's satisfying cooling inside. We're getting down to 33 degrees, 32 degrees, 32.7 degrees out the dash. All right guys, I'll see you later. And that was a expensive learning for the technician who put on that clip backwards and spewed out the refrigerant, because in the first place, this kind of design should not be used in the first place. That is a I've seen so many failures with that. That is a design that needs to be eliminated and taken off the market. It's causing too many problems. Too many releases of refrigerant into the air. You hear that, EPA? Somebody has to get on them about removing that design off of the automotive market. Alright guys, I'll see you later. Remember, field piece, excellent gauges, excellent software, excellent Bluetooth wireless probes. Highly recommend them. Yes, I do use these as backup, and I use them as alternative and redundant, but my mainstay for my business that I've learned to like and who's led the way has been field piece, wireless Bluetooth gauges, and manifold. Alright guys, see ya. Yep, working good.